What do we got?
We have a bourbon.
We like bourbon.
We do. And it's from our fine friends at Milam Greene, which are, I believe, based in Blanco, Texas.
Sure.
I believe. And we tasted this on a Zoom a couple weeks ago with what? It was like the biggest Zoom ever. It was like 30, 40 people.
It was a lot of Zoomers.
From various
Zoom.
whiskey aficionados such as ourselves.
Well, aficionados and chuckleheads.
Drunks and...
Sort yourself in accordingly.
Right. Yeah, I got you. This is the idiocracy, is where we are at the murder table.
Idiocracy.
It's all right. It's all good. Anyway, so this is Unabridged, which one? Volume 3?
Volume 3.
Volume 3. And they have a whole lot of stuff on this. You want me to grab the box, by the way? Because there's a whole bunch of stuff on the back.
You can start pouring stuff?
Because one of the big things they mentioned was that they are totally full disclosure on what goes into the whiskey.
They do.
They do. So all that stuff is in the back. So Heather Green of Milam Greene was kind enough to guide us through the tasting, and she gave us the whole backstory and all that stuff.
And what's on the box is on the bottle.
Yeah.
So they give all this information so you know what's going on, and you can compare the unabridged version 3 to version 2 to version 1 and see how the mash bills have changed, how the bottles have changed, the bourbon. This particular one comes in at a beefy 59%.
Beefy.
118 proof. The launch date was in September 17th, so we're actually timely with this, which is odd for us.
Very unusual.
Normally, if it was September 17th, we'd be doing this in like 2026.
Right. Well, I think we actually tasted it on the day it was released.
We did.
Yeah.
They use a large number of casks to blend and come up with this gem. 4 casks are 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon. 13 casks are 9-year-old Kentucky bourbon. 7 casks of 6-year-old Kentucky bourbon. 5 casks 4-year-old Texas bourbon whiskey with malted rye. 5 casks of 4-year-old Tennessee bourbon whiskey. And 15 casks of 3.5-year-old Kentucky bourbon whiskey with malted rye. So Milam Greene actually makes the whiskey themselves in Texas and makes some in Kentucky through a joint arrangement with a distiller in Kentucky.
Yes.
And then they also source whiskey from other people.
Right, because who's the master distiller? Marlene Holmes, right?
Marlene Holmes.
And Marlene,
2024 Master Distiller of the Year.
Well deserved. Marlene is a great storyteller, and she makes a damn good whiskey, and Heather knows her way around blending.
She certainly does.
So the two of them are a fine team. She
certainly does.
They make some fine whiskey, so let's go into this.
Cheers.
Now, the first impressions during the tasting, I think everyone was pretty much gushing over this stuff.
They certainly were.
And rightfully so, because it was pretty delicious. But this is round 2, so let's see how it is.
Wait. You know, at 59%, you're expecting it to be all vapors.
Right. No.
You know, methanol.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You get a little singe there.
It'll take the paint off your innards.
You get a little heat there. But you can get some other stuff here. You know, you get some like herbs and spices and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, you get a lot of baking notes out of it.
All right, I'm going to go in because I'm terrible at picking these notes.
Well, the other thing that I'm really surprised at is at this level, 59%, you still get a lot of that vanilla. I find that kind of burns off, and you get more of like burnt sugar or something like that. In this one, you're getting a lot more of that, and you're also picking up a lot of malt because they malt the rye, so maybe that brings it through. But a lot of malt in this.
Okay, I'm going.
Yowza.
That is very, very nice. It's very flavorful. You know, it's got a lot of stuff going on here.
That first sip is so punchy. It's got a lot of heft to it. Really well balanced.
There's a good bit of like, you know, the baking spices, a little allspice, the brown sugar, some cinnamon. Not a lot of cinnamon though. A little bit of vanilla. I think it's more like a cardamom, whatever. I let it sit a little more. I get a little bit of mintiness to it. Now during the tasting, I added a really, really big slug of water to this thing, and it got just really sweet. I mean, it held up. And I'm going to do the same thing now. I'm going to I'm going to add a nice slosh. Not even drops. I'm saying a slosh.
I'll join you.
Maybe a little more. Because, I mean, it holds up pretty well. You know, just to see, like, the difference, just to see what else it brings out. Which is always kind of nice. Some of these things, you know, they just kind of like...
Yeah, you water them down.
And all the flavor melts away. They lose everything.
Yeah.
But this one, I remember just a lot of caramel and a lot of brown sugar and, you know...
Yeah, with the water, the nose changes. You're picking up a little more oak.
Yeah, it's more. I almost got like a little couple herbal notes too. Again, the mint,
Like a little grassy.
Yeah, just maybe even like a little like hint of rosemary or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it holds up.
But it still has a lot of spice to it too.
It holds up really good.
That's
and
nice.
But everything gets kind of muted,
Nice,
but
yeah.
in a nice way.
Yeah.
And now I get like more of like just like I took a spoonful of brown sugar,
Yeah.
and you get that molasses,
Yeah.
that little bit of caramel.
You just scrape the top off the creme brulee.
Yeah.
You just ran that across.
A little toffee, maybe
Yeah.
a little toffee,
Yeah.
a little nutty,
Yeah.
like a little pecan.
Yeah.
Like a I don't know, like a buttery, sugary pecan.
Peanut brittle.
Candied pecans. Would
Peanut
that be the
brittle.
term?
Yeah, candied pecans.
Yeah.
Peanut brittle. A little peanut brittle.
It's just a nice whiskey. It's just a really, really nice whiskey. And it's got a lot of heft to it.
Yeah.
But it's good like this. I mean, I don't mind it watered down. I bet this will make a nice highball.
Yeah, I think you can make this. Again, you got to get the ratios right, so you're not
Right.
overproofing a cocktail.
Right.
But I think that'd be because you're opening it up with so many other things.
Right.
Yeah, that's nice. It's really well.
That is really,
really well
good.
done. We've had the Unabridged 1 and the Unabridged 2.
Yes.
I think this is my favorite.
I-
Because it's the one in front of me.
You know what it is? All that drinking, I have no memory.
No, I'm just saying 'cause it's the one in front of me. This is clearly my favorite.
What's that thing called? Recency bias?
Next year, Unabridged 4 will be my favorite, just because it's in front of me. It's $95.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It seems like a value, but again, $95 for a bourbon. It's a big price point
Yes.
for bourbon,
It is.
but the quality's there.
But it is very, very good.
But the
it is
quality's
really,
there.
really good.
So
Yeah, I mean, how could you not give it like a 90-91?
yeah, this is a solid A.
It's very good. I mean, maybe it's more than that.
Yeah,
maybe it's
solid.
higher. It's just,
Solid.
second impressions.
I can see this going 91, 92.
I am going to enjoy this bottle.
Yeah,
And you have your own bottle.
and I'll be enjoying mine by myself.
Oh,
I will
good.
not be
It's
sharing.
Good. It's good. So, thank you to the fine folks at Milam Greene for sending this along. And,
Cheers.
of course, to our friends at Big Thirst Marketing for,
Including us.
all that. Yeah, it's great. It's amazing they talk to us.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
Well, me anyway.
Well, yeah, not me so much. You know what it is? It's all the drinking.
I suppose so.
I guess so, So, anyway,
Cheers.
Cheers, folks.